Hello all, I am Devani Patil, Assistant Professor in Arihant College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Camp, Pune. In today's video, we will discuss about project management components. Project management is a whole management of a project, that is the planning of project, then all activities related to project completion, different phases of the project management life cycle. That all activities, when we decomposed into the small parts, it is a project integration management. In the project integration management, the some important components are scope, time, cost, quality, human resources, communications, risk, and procurement. In the project management integration management, the important are scope, time, cost, quality, and risk, and remaining are also important. Project integration management is the coordination of all elements of the project. When we bundle all these elements into one, we can create a project integration. This includes coordinating tasks, resources, stakeholders, and any other project element, in addition to managing conflicts between different aspects of a project, making trade-offs between competing requests, and evaluating resources. You can include all peoples related to that project uh, into that project integration management. What is the need of project integration management? Projects are complex with a lot of different parts that need to be managed. For example, a project manager needs to oversee all the following. When the project is covering all a huge area, then project become complex. That time, the project manager keep in mind the following things like schedule, cost, scope, quality, resources, risks, changes, and stakeholders. Because these things or these terms are very important in project integration management. Then what is a process of a project integration management? These processes should be followed for successful project integration management. We have to follow these 7 steps for the process of project integration management. First is the develop the project charter, develop the project management plan, direct and manage project work, manage project knowledge, monitor and control project work, perform integrated change control, and close the project. Now we will discuss each and every step. Project charter. The project charter is what gives the authority to initiate the project. A project charter contains the preliminary roles and responsibilities of the project, including the goals and objective and appointing of the project manager. In the project charter, each and every person's roles and responsibilities are mentioned. It is used as a reference document as the project moves forward. We can take a reference of this project charter for your next project. The project charter is generic enough that it won't have to be changed much throughout the project life cycle. It is usually written by a manager who works directly above the project manager. Through a project manager can be the one creates it. Second is the scope statement. This document is not written in stone, and it will be edited and revised as a part of the scope management. The scope statement defines what is a part of the project and what is not part of the project. It lists all the work that will be done over the life cycle of the project. In other words, it outlines the project deliverables and establishes a measurable criteria for success. Project Management Plan. The project charter is included in the project plan, but the definition of the project is described, as well as its objectives, budget, schedule, resources, what approach you plan to take to get the project done. Risk assessment are designed in project management plan. This is a formal document to help guide, control, and execute the project. This document you can use as a guide for your next project. The project manager creates the project management plan, which will consolidate other management plans such as scope management plan, cost management plan, quality management plan, process improvement plan, human resource plan, communication management plan, and procure management plan, etc. It will include baselines such as schedule baseline, cost performance baseline, and scope baseline. The baseline will only change through a formal change request. Next is the direct and manage project work. Then comes the time to direct and manage the project execution. The project has started and deliverables are being produced. This is the process to manage the technical and organizational parts of the project. It serves to foster a smooth execution of a project work. The execution of the project is divided into three parts: implement, manage, and reporting on status. This is how goals are achieved. Monitor and control project work. The work of the project needs more than directing and managing. It requires that the project work be monitored and controlled. This includes change management, along with the process, tools, and techniques used to manage the change and development in a project. Change can be requested during the project life cycle, but these requests must be monitored and controlled to make sure that the quality of the project is not negatively impacted. Project close. Lastly, the project must be closed when it is done. This process includes reviewing the various processes used and rating them on whether they were successful or not. Everything must be well documented to create and achieve that future projects can reference for decisions on how to implement their plans and processes. Change controls. The change control process in project management ensures that each change proposed during a project is adequately defined, reviewed, and approved before implementation. The change control process helps avoid unnecessary changes that might disrupt services and also ensures the different use of resources. Change control contain 5 stages: proposing a change, summary of impact, decision, implementing a change, and closing a change. There are two documents used during the process. Change log, used to provide a record of all changes requested and decisions made. Change request form, used to document details of the change, including the business case. One first step of the change control is proposing a change. This process gives the ability for anyone in the project or team, including the customer, to suggest a change to the project. The proposal must include a description of the change and expected benefits or other reason for the change. The change is presented using the change request form and added to the change log for the project. Summary of impact. This process is carried out by the project manager who will consider the overall effect on the project, covering the following items: quantifiable cost savings and benefits, legal, regulatory, or other unquantifiable reason for change, estimated cost of the change, impact on timescales, extra resources needed, impact on other projects and business activities, new risks and issues. After this assessment, the project manager recommends whether to carry out the change or not. Next is a decision. This process involves a review of change request by an approved authority who will consider all the information provided by the project manager and person making the request. The decision will usually be accept with comments and special conditions, reject and defer that change is not approved but it left for consideration later. Fourth is the implementing a change. If the change is approved, it is planned, scheduled, and executed at a time agreed with the stakeholders. As a part of the planning, a regression test plan is needed in case the change needs to be backed out. After implementation, it is usual to carry out post-implementation review. Last is a closing a change. Once implemented, the requester check and agrees on the change and it is closed in a change log by project manager. These are some references I used for this video. Thank you.